welcome to Waifu and the Weeb, where I'm the Weeb, this is the waifu, and we're gonna get into this anime talk.
I mean, you're the expert on anime, so what are we going over today?
Today we're going to be talking about solo leveling. The waifu has no idea what that is, so I had to make her, go ahead, sit down, go on Crunchyroll, watch 3 episodes, because I told her, I told her you don't have to do the 3 episode rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do it anymore personally, but I give it like 1 episode. So I told her, if you can do 1 episode, but if you feel like you need more context or you feel like the story left off somewhere, and you could watch more. So
yeah, that really worked out, because the first episode, please stop licking me. The first episode left off on a major cliffhanger, so needed the next couple episodes
to
wrap up the mini arc that it started with. What is that?
Hi guys, it's the waifu here.
Okay. Not sure what that was about.
I gave you the weed back.
It's the man who met the legend himself.
Oh, God.
The Weeb.
Let it go. Nobody calls you that.
I would never let that go. Tell us in the comments who you think the man who met the legend is. It's me.
Not
Spoiler
you.
alert. It's me. But yeah, solo leveling. It's
the best anime of 2024. 2025, according to the Anime Awards.
So for those unaware, Crunchyroll does annual Anime Awards. They're nothing more than glorified popularity contests. If the most recent one is anything to go by, but
it was the best anime out of all of those. Best anime character.
What was what's solo leveling about? Huh? If you had to guess off of the first 3 episodes you watched,
what is it about?
Yeah, like not even being funny. Like what would you think the synopsis of it would be?
Sung, the main character, is a trash. They not hunters. What are they?
They hunters.
Okay, yep. He's a trash hunter.
Yep. But
he has to do it because he's the one taking care of his family because his mama's sick. So it's a story of this kid doing everything he can to take care of his family.
See, now that's a really, really nice synopsis. Mm-hmm. I wish I got more of that from the show. Because you get the first few episodes. He's known as the world's weakest hunter because he's an E rank. You got from E up to S. And he's E rank, so he's one of the world's weakest hunters. And the way it starts off is very much that, where he became a hunter so he could pay for his mom's medical bills because she has a chronic illness where she
eternally
is basically
sleep.
In a coma. And it's expensive, but she has to stay on life support until they can find a cure. So he becomes a hunter so he can afford doing that. And becoming a hunter is one of the most dangerous things you can do in their time, where they have gates that open up, which are gates to other worlds where you fight monsters called mana beasts. And when you kill the beasts, you get like jewels and gems from them, and you can sell those for money. But since he an E-rank hunter, he weak sauce. Boy, his booty.
And then he can't get no equipment because he broke.
Yeah, so it's like a vicious cycle. Like he goes into the gates to hunt the beasts, but he can't kill them because his equipment is trash. So if he don't contribute to the gate raids, then he can't get none of the spoils, which means he can't sell the spoils. Which means he can't make money to buy better equipment to go on better raids. The first one, like, of course, he's over here getting pieced up in the low rank dungeon that they went into, or the low rank gate that they went into, and they clear it with very little issue.
Yeah, he almost died though.
Yeah. He didn't clear it with very little issue. He was on death's door.
Yeah,
and had to be healed by
his side.
the party's healer. And while he was getting healed, they was over there fighting and beating the dungeon boss.
Looking at him.
He just apologizing to the healer because like, I'm used to it, So you really got to stop being so reckless. He was like, yeah, but I got to provide for my family, so I got to do this. She was like, yeah, but can't you find another job? Cause she likes him. She's sweet on the boy. But after they beat the dungeon boss, they find an entrance to a hidden dungeon or a secret dungeon. I can't remember what they called it. And then they take a vote. They're split down the middle on whether they should go into
There's protocols for this.
Yeah. Yeah, whether they should go into the hidden dungeon or report it to the guild like they're supposed to, so other people can scout it out and stuff to make sure it's not too dangerous for regular hunters to go into if you're not like A or S rank. So Song is the swing vote. So he votes, yeah, I need money. So
yep.
We gonna go ahead and go into it. Worst mistake of his life.
Worst mistake.
I can honestly say the first 3 episodes of Solo Leveling are some of my favorite episodes of the entire show, just because the stakes are so high and they make it known that the stakes are high. Like if you didn't know anything about Solo Leveling before going into it and you didn't know that one Sung was supposed to be the main character and they wouldn't switch like an ensemble cast or something, the fact that you don't know if they gonna make it out of this secret dungeon is nerve wracking. He
was at work when I was watching it, and I was like, "Hey, hey, he's the main character, hey," because it was stuff that was like he lost his leg, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Like now, I've already seen that these stakes are really high, but I'm like, "Oh, clearly he tumbled out of that," and I seen the blood trail. I was like, what you mean he lost his leg? I was like, how we get to where the rest of it is then? Because I was like, he told me it's season 2. Like how's we season 2 and he over here crippled? I was like,
hey man, you don't need both legs to be strong now.
I mean,
to be doing the stuff he do, I think you need both legs.
I was like, you can't run after nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, he went through it like, and he wasn't. That's the thing, though. He wasn't the only one. Like a lot of people, please stop looking at me. He wasn't the only one because a lot of the people in the group. So the secret dungeon had these giant statues that came to life. They had rules that they had to figure out.
Almost.
Yeah, and they just started murdering them, like without just indiscriminately. People getting murked. So it's blood flying everywhere, body parts all over the place.
Now listen, just let's put a pin there for a second.
Yeah.
This design, genuinely terrifying. Like, and I watch horror movies. I could fall asleep to a good horror movie. This statue design, I was like, I'm glad I didn't watch this at night. Because it was so menacing.
Yeah, it was creepy. They ripped that straight from the manhwa's pages because that was. I
was like everything about where y'all at. I was stressed.
Yeah,
I was like kind of laying down at first. I was like, okay, this.
Here we go. He's a weakling getting beat up in a dungeon.
But then when they was like, after the first guy got killed because he was running to the door, and then the guard that was at the door just like cut him in half. They was like, oh, and then the healer she was trying to tell Sung, the main character, she was like, yeah, he been watching us this whole time. It was the king on this the throne. Like he been watching us this whole time, bro. Like his eyes moved, and he was like, nah, you're tripping, because he looked and his eyes didn't move. But then when that happened, he was like, maybe she's right. And then he looked over and them eyes like shifted to him. And then that's how they ended there. I was like,
yeah, like the tension in that small movement of him putting his attention on.
Because like Sung. His stress was like, and then now he's sweating, he crying. And then that thing just like, like his head didn't move, but his eyes like was darted on him and they turned like blue. And then that's how they ended it.
Yeah, that was first episode.
I was like,
it's like, what's gonna happen?
I was like, I gotta watch the second one now.
Yep. Like they did a really good job with having connective tissue for the first few episodes that made you want to know what was coming up next. Because a lot of the power fantasy anime, like you just, okay, they OP in episode 1, cool, let's see what new power they gonna get this episode. But the first 3 episodes are done really well, where you see him come from E-rank, world's weakest hunter, go through a very traumatic experience, survive said experience, and then begin to level up. But it's just the fact that you see him struggle for those few episodes where the stakes are set to be extremely high. you don't know who's safe and who isn't. And it's always going to be somebody stronger out there that you're going to have to fight. And that does get lost a little later in the show. But I can't remember the last time, apart from like another. I'm trying to think of another show where the first few episodes just completely grip you and you like, yo, how they going to get out of this?
How, like his character and now Fumi, to me, like the first 3 episodes, it's like, dang, y'all doing them like that?
Yeah, they did. And that's the main character from Shield Hero. Like, they did him dirty, bro.
Like, so I could see a parallel in their first 3 episodes. Because it was like, dang, like, he got a shield. Like,
he the nicest one there. He don't understand what's going on. And he got a shield, like he said, like the weakest.
He can't fight nobody. He got a shield. What he supposed to do? And then he think he got help, and it was a whole big thing. Yeah. I'm like, dog. Then you gotta watch the second. It's like, it's getting worse.
Like you can do nothing but feel for him, and I'm like, bruh.
Cause the second episode of Solo Leveling, he was on like this circular pedestal, and he was getting destroyed by these statues. And
before we got there, though, one of the things that, like, because I watched it when it was airing initially, which was, I think, last year, early last year, but it showcased, like, how he didn't just take things at face value. He was, like, thinking, like, what's going on? How can I figure out how to get out of here? What does this mean? What does that mean? How can we
it did
survive?
It did show his intellect, because since he was so weak, he had to think ahead.
Yep, he had to think of alternative things other than facing things head on, because he knew he was gonna get clapped.
Yep. Like, so he had to scan the rooms and really look into it to make sure that it was safe. And the fact that he was able to do that is what it could have saved all of them. Honestly, if they just listened to Boy.
If they would have listened,
but it's what saved the ones that he did save. It's what saved their life, because he was able to interpret the scroll. He was able to figure out what they needed to do in succession. And although nobody was really listening to him, the ones who did get saved got saved because he listened. Like he paid attention.
Yep. And it's just like, that's the thing that kind of irritates me with Solo Leveling, because it has such a strong start where they introduce this character who can think outside the box. And who weak, but wants to get stronger for the sake of his family and plans to do that. And that just gets lost just in the later half of the first season, not even counting the second, because in the second he completely OP. But I feel like after those first few episodes, maybe the fourth and fifth one, kind of, he started to level up at that point. So he's starting to get stronger. He's starting to get faster. He's starting to get weapons, and he's starting to get skills. But the first few episodes, like, you really see him in the dirt, like, struggling to just survive in the dungeons that they go in. And then after that, it's just, how is he going to beat this boss now? After we see him struggle for so long. And yeah, it tracks that, of course, you get stronger so you can beat bosses, but you don't really get the same tension, the same edge of your seat anxiety in future fights that you get with the first few episodes of the show.
Oh, see that?
Yeah, it gets lost.
I would have kept watching if we had that same type of.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, the fight scenes are always.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, those are always done well.
I care about the grippiness of it.
Like, you lose the stakes because at the end of
because that Stone God, he was about business.
And I'm curious, like, if he shows up later again, and like season 2, Sung is just stupid OP. Like, because the S rank hunters are the strongest ones. He already outclassed them. So, like, where do we go from here? And I know we go somewhere different because spoilers from the manga, but.
Well, don't say it then.
No, I'm not going to say it. It's just like, I know because people spoil it online.
Got you.
Oh, this ain't nothing, bro. Like, just wait till this happens. Just wait till this happens. Just wait till this fight. I was like, cool.
So, I don't understand the player thing, though. So, did the Stone God, because he was fighting so hard?
So, I'm trying to remember if they explain what players are and if he's the only player or not. Because it's a thing called monarchs that come into play later in the show.
Okay.
That's what he becomes. He's one of the monarchs. So I'm thinking the other monarchs might be other players. I don't remember if they because I watched this brainlessly if possible. I just put it on because it's gonna be nice, flashy fights.
But I mean, so he got it because he was skilled to do it?
No.
I mean, not skilled, but like because he showed like oomph.
I mean, I guess the way I looked at it was he was following the rules. So I'm guessing the Stone God did give it to him.
That's my thing. So yeah. I would feel like if he went back to the,
we most likely wrong.
Yeah, but this is my fan. This is right. This is my canon.
Yeah,
that the Stone God gave him this power, and because the Stone God gave him this power, if you meet the Stone God again, the rules are going to change where he can't like just fight his way out of it how he will with all these other ones. He gonna have to figure it out differently because I know it seemed like he kept building up his strength.
Yeah.
So like,
but that was him being like single-minded, where he like strength is power. So yeah. Later on, of course, he start diverting points into other areas.
That Stone God gonna make him.
He hasn't shown back up.
If he don't show back up,
season 2, I'm sure he does.
They're missing the mark there.
There's no way they don't bring him back around when he was that.
He that guy.
That influential on the character.
That dude is scary.
But like, I'm curious, like if he do show back up because he's stupid OP now in season 2. So is he strong enough to go head to head with these stone things where he got his powers initially? If that's what happened,
right?
But I would love to see that. And I know I give Solo Leveling a lot of flack because it's just a power fantasy anime. And people hype it up to be the world's greatest thing to ever happen to anime.
You give it a lot of flack. Like it doesn't deserve all the praise it gets.
It doesn't.
I don't agree.
But see, you also haven't seen, and we going back to the Crunchyroll Anime Awards because it was a travesty. I just want y'all to know that just off rip that it was disrespectful.
It won Anime of the Year.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's just disrespectful.
What should have won?
Don, absolutely, without question, 100%. So, and if Don didn't win, Freerun should have won.
Solo Leveling all the way. It's the most original out of all of them.
I'm sorry, what was that? Is original?
Yes.
It's original?
Never seen it happen before.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you would say that. We go ahead and cut it down. We can cut it.
We gonna cut it?
We can cut it.
Cut it. Cut it.
But yeah, it's just Solo Leveling swept the Anime Award. I think it won the most, if I'm not mistaken. Sweep. Wasn't a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
It won most of the categories it was in, which pisses me smooth off because it was up against Freerun. It was up against Don. It was up against Don.
Garbage.
It was up against Delicious in Dungeon.
Oscar the Grouch.
It was up against Mashal.
I can't say nothing about that.
I'm trying to remember because it was Apothecary Diaries.
Trash.
For those who are in the know of any of those shows I just mentioned,
Mashal the only one they shouldn't have beat.
You would know. Just story wise,
Mashal
not counting action,
like Harry Potter,
not counting fights. Plot wise, Solo Leveling is the bottom of the barrel.
It's the best thing.
The rest of those,
it's the best thing since Hunter x Hunter.
I almost socked you.
Whoa!
And then he come over here. That's the thing though. I feel like the Anime Awards they're for more mainstream viewers because the way Solo Leveling swept almost all the categories they were in, it just makes no sense. Apart from it being, this is what people who don't watch a lot of anime enjoy, and that's the thing though, because I can understand why, especially going off the first 3 episodes, because like that you don't really get that a lot in a lot of modern anime where.
Now, I only watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, but like. You don't know if the main character gonna survive just off of the strength of those 3 episodes. If you didn't know it was a second season,
if I would have knew, I was like, dang.
Yeah, because you could have went in looking at all these other hunters, so like, they just showing this weak guy so they can throw him away and have somebody else come along to focus on. But of course, he's the main character, so he gonna survive. But at the time, I didn't read the manga before I watched it, so I didn't know anything going into it. I was like, yo, who is this stone dude? Like,
and then this smile he did.
Yeah, that smile was freaking.
You know what it remind me of?
Was it
Bedeviled?
I can see that. Yeah,
that thing.
Yeah, it's just eerie. It's unnerving.
Yeah,
it just gives
it's just
you
something about it that's like,
way.
nah, I don't like this. Turn it off.
Like something ain't right here, boss. Something ain't right.
Go ahead, and wrap it up.
And I'm gonna have it on the screen so y'all can see it because it was terrifying. And like people, I can't remember if this was before they removed the comments from Crunchyroll. It was like, oh my god, they ruined the smile from the manga. It's supposed to be way more intense, supposed to be way more terrifying. The way they cut it into the episode didn't work. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. It was great. Then I went back to read the manga, and I was like, I don't understand why y'all mad. They took it from the pages of the manga. Like, it worked for me.
It has to be way more terrifying from taking it from a page to animate it too.
Yeah, because and this I will give them the production quality of Solo Leveling is top notch.
Yeah,
the music is always good. The voice actors, and this goes for the dub and the sub.
Yeah,
they did their thing with it. Because I rewatched the first few episodes in the English dub, and it was great. But
they cared.
Like the production is always top notch. It's just the plot that gets lost that like drops it down from being an A-tier anime for me.
Yeah.
Especially when you have other anime airing the same season where it's not as action heavy, not as pretty with the animation, but the story is more gripping.
Gotcha.
You care more about the characters. You got characters who actually follow through and stay intelligent throughout like he don't become dumb or nothing later on, but you don't really see the calculating. From
everything that you described to me, it just I don't like that there's no more stakes, and that if he get into a fight, the end result is pretty much gonna be he wins.
Yeah, he gonna win.
Now I'm like I
won't say there's no stakes because the other hunters be getting clapped.
I don't care about that. I care about the main character. Like, I like a main character to go through something.
But that's the thing. Like he does. But not to the point where you scared he finna lose.
See, but like I watch Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Spencer Reed get me in a lot of situations where it's
you don't know if he gonna make it out.
Is he all right?
Yeah. Yeah, Reed was going through it.
All of them though, but Reed went through it the most. But like it was stuff Hotch went through. It's like, dang, bro, like this might be the end. Like we might not see him again. Like but of course, like they come through it. But I like those type of stories with a main character.
You don't get that after the first few episodes.
See what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Like every episode.
That's how I'm gonna root for you.
That's the thing though. Like at this point, like after, like I think like midway through the first season, you just like, I'm not really rooting for you.
I'll take Deku over him at that point.
And that's saying something because you do not like Deku.
Little boy be crying too much.
But
I mean, when you think about he a little boy, but
yeah,
still,
like 15.
Stop crying.
But it's like
you wanted to do this.
You did want to do. He signed up. Literally went to a school for heroes.
And then your move is Detroit. Can't be doing that. You repping Detroit.
That's All Might. Huh? That's All Might.
So
Deku don't do the Detroit Smash.
What'd I say?
Yeah, I guess he do the Detroit Smash. Deku Detroit Smash.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
That do sound cool though.
Don't it?
Yeah. I don't actually know if he might adopt All Might's moves, but like Sung don't really struggle like that. Like he struggles in the fights. But I think I showed you a clip of one of them
with that magician dude.
It was the knight.
The one who looked like the magician from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Igris. It was like supposed to be levels above him, and he come out and he getting clapped most of this fight, bro. And it pissed me off because he getting clapped as he should.
Then he get this glowing sword. I was like,
and like. It was just so irritating because I knew, because it was like, bro, wait till the Igris fight. And I'm like, yo, this fight is fire. Like,
very pretty though. Like it was the animation.
Yeah, they do
animation.
Hey, sometimes you can't talk. The animation.
That's all, folks. My gosh.
But yeah, they always animate their fights well. I will give them that. Like the animation is really good. It's just. We just here to watch pretty fights at this point. And that's the thing, though, because the through line with him trying to get stronger is just so he can save his mom.
And have money for his sister, right?
Yeah, so she can go to school, so she don't have to be a hunter or nothing if she awaken. But it's like that's almost lost in the shuffle because you just zero in on getting stronger, and you forget why he getting stronger because it's aura farm in the anime. Basically, he just in my mind, it's just what can I do to look cooler? It is just that. But I mean, he still is like when he bring up his screens, he be trying to figure out how to build the medicine that can cure his mom. So that's always there, but you don't get a lot of flashes like you did in the first few episodes where he's thinking about his sister. He's thinking about his sister. It's a gremlin though. She be cracking me up. But when he changed, he becomes a completely different person when he started leveling up. Like,
I mean, what if that's the purpose though?
I mean, yeah. I don't like it though.
Because now he's a player, so his mindset is different, literally.
Yeah, like his humanity is just like slowly eroding over the course.
He becoming a stone dude.
Oh damn! Because he does start losing his humanity more and more, where he just murking humans. And he's just like, that don't bother me. It would have bothered me a few months ago, but now I don't really care.
I think that's what it might be.
Dang.
When he became a player.
So maybe him becoming like one of the monarchs is like they don't really have humanity anymore. They just trying to rule over whatever they monarchs of. Because he becomes, and it's not spoilers because it's on the poster. He becomes like the shadow monarch, so he controls shadows and stuff. So maybe that's what like whatever you the monarch, whatever kind of monarch you are, like you not really human no more. You a king, and kings are detached from the regular populace. So that makes a lot of sense. Like, so with he's trying to find his replacement, maybe?
With that thought?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like I say, it's still an entertaining show, though. It's just, it's not as good.
That's fair.
As the Anime Awards made it to be. It's not Anime of the Year. Season 1, definitely not Anime of the Year. Season 2, I might have.
The 3 episodes alone is Anime of the Year.
I disagree.
I'll give all your other ones 3 episodes, and I bet you they don't top Solo Leveling to me.
See, but it depends on what you're going into it for. Solo Leveling is an action show.
Put another action one that you like more than Solo Leveling, and I bet you it don't top it to me. I bet you it don't top it.
It's not going to top it because it's a comedy.
So
it's an action comedy.
So
with romance thrown in.
So give me a action one that you like.
Solo Leveling is built to appease to the mainstream audience.
That you feel might be an equivalent to that.
I feel like Dan is more of an equivalent to it. It's just a better show.
How? If it's an action,
the story is better.
You saying that it won't equate to it because
it doesn't have the same.
I'm saying
fear-inducing.
I'm saying give me moments. One that's closer to that.
I don't know any off the top of my head.
Cause it's better.
But those 3 episodes are not conclusive of the. It's not.
I can only judge a show by what I've seen.
It's that junk, bro. It's that junk. Because
I'm not going back to that show.
It's not. It changes. The show changes. It's not that anymore.
I am only speaking for what I know.
And this is why. This is why
what?
This is why it won Anime of the Year. People see them first 3 episodes like, yo,
this is crazy.
And then after that, he does not lose. If I'm not mistaken, he does not lose another fight.
Amen. He keep getting gripped into these penalty fights. I mean,
he don't get gripped into that no more.
What you mean?
I think it's only
because
1 or 2 other times, and then he uses the penalty fight to train. Like,
he a quick study though.
Yeah, he is. I give him that. He's like,
oh no, not again.
I'm not doing that again. That's why I keep saying it's not a bad show. It's just me personally. I enjoyed the other Anime of the Year candidates than Solo Leveling, especially season 1 Solo Leveling.
Don.
You haven't watched Don.
Look like a Persona wannabe, and I don't like it.
Absolutely unrelated to Persona.
I don't like it.
You don't even know what Don is about.
I don't. But I keep seeing people in panties, so I don't like it. They doing a cosplay for that girl, the grandma or something like that.
The grandma don't be in panties?
Well, people be in panties cosplaying.
Does she be in booty shorts though?
They be in panties. I'm like, oh god, what is this show?
I don't remember the grandma being in panties, but
that's the only thing I've really seen of Don is.
I think you would like her character.
It's people like
grandma
being sexy grandma, and I'm like,
she is a sexy grandma though.
Why are we doing this, guys?
Because she don't look like a grandma.
What's going on? Y'all all right? Everything all right?
Yeah, it's an absurd show, but it works.
You good?
But yeah, I just don't feel like Solo Leveling should have won all the awards it did. And
so what anime of the year? What would it have been to you?
Don.
What's the other one? Main character of the year?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like if we was going up the first 3 episodes, I can see him being. He got you. I can see him being engaging character. But after that, all we focus on, I need to level up. It becomes very one note.
Solo Leveling.
Yeah, I mean it tracks for the show, but he's not an interesting character, and that's what gives him. You don't really see character growth. You see statistical growth with him getting stronger, but he doesn't develop relationships with other people. Really, you don't see him grow past. I need to get stronger because I need to get stronger to get these ingredients for my mom. And when you have characters in these other anime that should have won over Solo Leveling, you see them.
Which character?
Mao should have won.
Who was Mao?
She's the main character from Apothecary Diaries.
Is she a cat?
No, I mean it's a cat named Mao because somebody named the cat after her because she be acting like a cat, which is another reason why I think you would like her character because you be acting like a cat.
I do not like a cat.
Okay. But Mao should have won.
You just be saying anything and then just move on.
I'm just stating facts. Mao should have won anime character of the year. Okay. Main character of the year.
What else did it win? And tell me.
I feel like it won official soundtrack.
Do you think it deserved that?
I don't know because the soundtrack for Don, and I promise it's not just a Don suite, but Don. That's the opening. That one. That. Or no, wait, did Solo Leveling win that? I'm gonna put it on the screen.
I never listened to the intro or outro.
Solo Levels, like the intro is pretty good. I don't really care for the outro or the ending. I like the opening enough. It wasn't better than the Mashal's opening. It wasn't better than Don opening.
Mashal should have swept.
Should have swept everything.
Yep. I like Mashal.
You didn't watch Mashal.
I didn't, but every time I walked in or you watching it, I liked it.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Him and his cream puffs. I
wouldn't have minded that when the anime of the year over. It wasn't nominated, but and I'm pretty sure because it was a season 2, they don't let you do sequels for anime of the year. At least not that I've seen. But
when did I ever tell Jennifer about Mashal? I think she'd like that.
Yeah, I mean it's just Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Plus One Punch Man. Yeah, I think it won opening of the year. It might have won soundtrack of the year too. I can't remember, but I do know Don did win one of the. I think it was the opening because it was Otonoke, which is I think the title of the opening for Don.
Okay.
Dang, what else did it win? It did win main character. It won soundtrack, which is Hiroyuki Sawano. So I'm not mad at that.
You saying stuff?
It's the composer who did Attack on Titan. The one I usually bring up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the one I usually bring up. Because he does a lot of soundtracks.
Just Attack on Titan alone, like he should have won.
He legendary. But dang, I can't remember what else it won. That's gonna piss me off because it won stuff it shouldn't have won. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna list out all the stuff it won.
And what you think should have won?
I ain't gonna do all that. After we watch, because I'm gonna have you watch the first 3 episodes of the anime of the year contenders, so you can see how the first 3 episodes of Solo Leveling stack up to those 3. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be like, yeah, Solo Leveling.
Yay!
Just because of how intense and impactful those 3 episodes were.
I mean, you don't know. I like stuff. Only thing I'm never gonna give you is a romance.
Okay.
So, is there any romance in anime of the year?
I mean, not straight romance, no. Because Don has
romantic elements.
Yeah, but it's not the focal point of the show.
Like if it's any romantic comedies, any romance, I'm not giving you. It should even been nominated as anime of the year. I'm just not.
No, it was one category that had a romance. You remember Sign of Affection? The manga I got?
Yes.
They made the anime for it. And the main character was the category that she was nominated for was Must Protect at All Costs characters. Anya won from
absolutely she should have won.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wasn't mad that Sign of Affection lost to that. They didn't really have a lot of romance apart from the romance category.
You know why? Trash.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm curious to see if you like Apothecary Diaries though, because it's not a period anime, but it's not modern either.
Which era?
You remember where they had like emperors and stuff?
So it's not Asian. Like what's the movie I fell asleep on when y'all always love it? Camelot?
Braveheart?
Yeah, it's not there. Cause that's the era I'd be like, I don't care.
I would have to show.
Cause I like that one where she was the mage, and everybody thought she was the weak one or something like that. She got with that blonde hair dude.
It's so many of those.
She was in the King's thing, and he was like, "Yeah, you not the one I want, or you not."
Oh, the Saint's power is omnipotent. Okay,
and they thought it was the other girl. It wasn't her. It was actually her.
Yeah,
yeah. I like that one, and I know that kind of had a period time to it.
Yeah, so that's like fantasy era where they got like swords and magic. They don't really have magic or nothing. Like it's a little bit older than that. It's back when they had like samurais, kind of.
Not samurais.
They don't have samurais in the show.
So why wouldn't they have samurais in the show if it's not gonna be?
So it's not Japan. I believe it's China, where this takes place because they have like Chinese.
So what am I gonna see? You know what?
It's a mystery show. Yeah.
Oh.
Like Mao Mao is basically playing detective to the stuff that happens in the palace that they stay in.
Oh.
So
you should have started with that. You should have said it was a mystery. Did y'all hear him say it was a mystery?
Not now. I've told you before that it's a mystery.
Nobody be listening to you.
That's true. I talk about anime way too much. But yeah,
y'all should see his shelves of manga that he tells me about. Like I'm gonna remember all of them. And then I have to remember that because I'm a gift giver and I'm a very thoughtful gift giver. So I got to remember the flower that fragrances. What is it?
Hold on now. We're talking about the fragrant flower blooms within because that anime starts.
See what I'm saying?
In like 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm supposed to remember stuff like
that. Summer anime season of 2025. So that's going to be anime of the year. I want y'all to know that right now.
It's not going to be.
It's going to absolutely be anime of the year because it's
going to be smeared boo-boo.
Whoa. We can go ahead and cut it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that though. That's my most anticipated anime.
But yeah, so that's me. I'm alright with a mystery though.
Yeah. So she's a smart character. Mm-hmm. So she plays detective because people come to her because they see that she's smart and she connects the dots with stuff. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, but she kind of like Sherlock where she don't want to make guesses. She wants like I need more information, so I'm not. It's not just conjecture.
As you should.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's what her dad, her adopted father, taught her. So I think you would like. I know you would like her character because she's very much like you. She's observant. Mm. She's smart. People come to her for advice. The only thing that you don't relate to her is she experiment freak. She like researching poisons and medicines and stuff because she's an apothecary. So she like researching stuff to make medicines basically. But she experiments she tests it on herself.
Oh, she was.
So she got like bandages on her arms. And she'd be like, this patch of skin, what happens when it reacts to skin with this thing? And she crazy. But she's also a very, very, very engaging character. Should have won main character of the year over Sun for sure. But yeah, I think you would like that. I think the only one that I won't have you watch is Delicious in Dungeon.
What?
I didn't finish it. Oh. And it's not because it's bad. I just fell off of it. The jokes got pretty one note because it's just, what monster are we gonna cook in the dungeon today? The characters are pretty funny, but you can only do that so many different times.
Right, before it's
I know later in the season it's supposed to be like a darker. Well, I guess it is dark because the whole reason they go into the dungeon is to save the main character's sister who got ate by a dragon, but she hasn't been digested yet. So if they can cut her out of the dragon, she should be able to survive. But that kind of gets lost in the shuffle when they just start eating monsters.
Yeah.
in the dungeon. Like, oh yeah, then they just doing whole sequences of telling you how to cook the monsters. So yeah, probably won't do Delicious in dungeon, but Apothecary Diaries, Dawn to Dawn. What else was in Freerun? Do you like fantasy anime though? I mean, you like Saint's Power is Omnipotent. We'll give it one episode to see if you would want to watch it. But I do think you would at least enjoy Dawn to Dawn and Apothecary Diaries. I'm not sure about Freerun. I enjoyed Freerun. But yeah, I wanna show you the first few episodes of all those to see how they stack up to solo leveling for you, since you've only watched those 3 episodes, and we'll judge it off of those.
So, final take on solo leveling. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread.
That's crazy because I would disagree.
I don't think it's
I don't think it's the best thing since
sliced bread, but it did have a very strong 3 episodes.
Very strong opening.
It's probably the strongest 3 episodes next to Attack on Titan that you had me watch.
Yeah, because Attack on Titan first episode was already starting to
I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, I will say it had one of the strongest openings in the first 3 episodes of any anime that I feel like I watched last year, solo leveling. Just off of the strength of those. I would say the first 2, because after he wakes up in the hospital in the 3rd episode. But while they're in that dungeon, top notch.
Yeah.
It was very hard to top that with the other anime that I watched, because I watched way too many.
You do.
But I won't say it's a bad anime, because I don't think solo leveling is bad. It's very entertaining. It's just not great either.
Okay. So you think it's a mid? Yeah,
it's very middle of the road. I've seen a lot more shows that I enjoy more, but I've also seen a lot more shows that I enjoy way less.
And this is the joy of being the person who only watches 3 episodes, because I can have all the outlandish trash takes I want, because I think it's a great show.
Yeah,
based off of 3 episodes. Would I watch it anymore? No.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No. Because I could see where it was going to go once he start
training.
Yeah. And I was like, no.
It's rinse and repeat every fight. So he trains, levels up, goes to fight a boss. The boss starts clapping him, and he unlocks a skill over the course of the fight that allows him to beat the boss. And then he controls the boss after killing him, so he brings him into his party.
And I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's just that over and over. I will say though, you should watch the episode where he actually does end up curing his mom. That was one of the...
No.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's just that's the culmination of everything that came before it, all the leveling up he was doing. It was a really emotional episode. People was clowning him because he was crying because he saved his mom. I was like, this is literally the whole reason he was doing any of this, was so he could do this. And like, that was a really, really good character moment for him, because before that, it's like, he's not even human no more. Like, he don't care. He does care about people, but not
how he used to.
Yeah. His humanity gets chipped away a lot over the course of
he levels up.
Yeah, because the more he levels up, the more people he got, the more monsters he kills, the more humans he got to kill because they trying to come at him because they thinking he's still weak and they can use him as as bait for monsters so they can kill the boss and stuff like that. And he encounters a lot of trash people in the dungeons, so he ends up killing a lot of trash people in the dungeons. One of the people he kills is you done? All right, we're gonna wrap it up and just leave with this. One of the people he kills is an S-rank hunter's little brother or big brother. So the S-rank hunter is now trying to find him so he can kill him. But he's stronger than him.
Yep. Can't really do that.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a mid show. I would it's a mid but entertaining show.
So would you recommend it?
Yeah, for people who are into mainstream anime, yeah. If you like non-mainstream anime, or
if somebody just was like, recommend me an anime, would it be in your recommended?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people who are asking for recommendations haven't seen a lot of anime. So
if they have seen a lot of anime, would you recommend it?
No,
they just haven't.
If they like fights,
if they just haven't seen Solo Leveling, they be like, you got anything you recommend?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they like action shows, it's a decent enough action show to keep you entertained. Like I said, it
just should have won the award.
It should have had a year. Absolutely not. Compared to the other ones that it was up against. If it was up against like season 2 of Shield Hero, yes.
Yeah. Now, me through waifu, I do recommend everybody watch the first 3 episodes so you can understand the gravity of what we're talking about.
Yeah. Those
it is
episodes.
intense.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was really well done. So even if you like me, you like, I don't really want to watch anime like that, watch the first 3 episodes. Do it.
I rewatched it and I was like, I've seen all of this. And I was like, yo.
It's good. It's a good 3 episodes. Yeah. After that, though, I don't know.
You can't speak on it?
I can't speak on it. I won't speak on it. I'm not going to watch it anymore. But I'm telling you, I stand by those 3.
Those 3 episodes.
Those 3 episodes, I'll go to the top of that hill and I'll scream that those are great. Okay? But yeah, that's my take on it. I had a great time.
Didn't deserve to win Anime of the Year, but it's entertaining enough.
I think it did.
Trash.
So are you.
This is true.
Bye, guys.
Till next time.